Good afternoon, Oklahoma City. Jared Kennedy here with Lime Realty. I am here today to go over the March monthly market update numbers with you. It is April 1st, so we've got a whole month of data to go over, and so let's kind of get into it. Currently in our market, there are over 7,000 active listings. So our inventory is slowly over the last year and a half really recovered from back in COVID times. On top of that, we have currently in the last 30 days, 2,300 homes that have listed. So that's a good sized number for the month of March, but we had over 3,200 pending sales in the month of March, which means our pending sales actually outpaced our new active to the market listings. And so that's a great news. And also what it looks like is we roughly have about 2 months inventory, or an expectation of, if you were to list your house, to be on the market about 60 days. Now, if you're looking to buy a house, what that means is if you are on a tight budget and you're needing your closing costs covered or realtor commissions covered, those types of things, you don't really quite want to be shopping on the houses that are just hitting the market because there is still enough buyer activity or demand carrying that market at a higher price and higher demand. What you want to do is you're going to want to wait for those people that start off overpriced and then eventually lower their price. Once they get there, that means that's a sweet spot to hit, and go ahead and now hit them up to at a lower price and cover your closing costs, as they've already had a couple months of carrying costs. The other thing that we've seen, we had about 1,400 closings over the last 30 days. So when you see those numbers, kind of, you got higher, lower like that, it's actually a market trending up. So clearly with the 3,200 pendings versus 1,400 that sold last month, our market has historically had about a 22% fallout rate. So for every house that pens, 22% of them don't close, or like 1 in every 5 plus a little. So out of that 3,200, we only probably expect about 2,800 to actually close, but that's still double last month's closings, which means our market has picked up. March was double February. So yes, inventory is still high. I look at the numbers week to week. This week we had over the last 7 days, about 60 more houses come on the market than houses that pended. So we had a little bit more supply than demand. The week previous was flat. The week previous was flat, or even. When I say flat, I mean we had roughly the exact same amount of pending listings as we did houses coming on the market. But the week before that, we actually had about 100 more buyers than we did new houses. That was one of the first weeks in the last 18 months we've had more demand than supply. So things are trending up. Now, one thing that we continue to see is we had 712 new homes come on the market this last week and 694 price decreases. So what we saw and what we've been seeing is roughly every house that comes on the market reduces their price at least once. And once you're reducing your price, you're putting yourself in a much worse position to get the terms you want and need for selling your home. So if you are selling, pricing is critical. And if you want, there's another video on this page down below somewhere called The Dangers of Overpricing. Go ahead and give it a watch. I think it may help you with your perspective and your strategy on listing your home. It's the worst thing you can do. And if you're out there buying, my best advice is find those houses that started off overpriced and took too long to correct to market conditions, because those are the ones that are desperate. That's where you're going to get your best deal and the most of your costs covered. Now, if you're thinking about selling, don't be that seller. Start off aggressive on price. And when I say aggressive, I don't mean high. I mean, go use a real estate professional. Go over your niche market, your specific area, and see what's my competition, what are houses selling at, and what have they sold at. And you'll have an idea of how to drive demand and get yourself that best price. When you combine that with using the 4 main psychological impulses that we talk about in the video below, you will save yourself thousands of dollars. If you have a question about what your home is worth, or you're just curious to talk to someone, I've been a broker for 16 years. My partner and fiance Kelly has been licensed with me for about 8 years. Reach out to either of us. We'd be happy to answer any of your questions. And until next month, I'm Jared Kennedy, and we'll talk to you later. Bye.